That's right. It's hanger time. Hanger rash. Well, if you watched the program last night, I uh, I made some landing gear doors, and that's all well and good. But I got to weighing them, and I'm over my limit. So we're gonna do spats, just the way it is. Let's talk about landing gear. This is a set of Meslick landing gear, carbon fiber. Let's see, and I put them. Obviously, I'm running the other type landing gear. Where are they? Yep, here we go. This is the last set of unobtainium wheel pants. These are the Meslick wheel pants, super light. This is what was on my other Continental, but obviously we're running the wired gear. When you put all this, hey, what's up, Robert? When you put all this stuff together, wheel pants, wheels, landing gear of type, it weighs 3 ounces. Just about the same fashion that a big 30-inch stabilizer weighs 3 ounces, and a motor crutch weighs 3 ounces. So I was sent a letter or whatever about being a magician to get these airplanes so light. You have to look at every single part. Let's see here. The next airplane. This is a motor crutch. It weighs 2.5 ounces. So there's a half-ounce savings for the next airplane right there. I made, I think, 3 or 4 elevator stabilizers and ended up with a 2.75 ounce elevator stabilizer. So there's a quarter ounce. So after weighing all this stuff, the plywood doors, the basswood parts, let me get that landing gear off. I'll show you what we're going to do. It's going to be a big savings. You have to do it to every single part of your airplane. Okay, let's do this and get this camera looking that direction. We'll get the scale. And that's how you build light airplanes. You got to watch every single part. So let's get a landing gear off. So the number to beat is 3 ounces. So I'll take this off and we'll weigh this all together. You just have to take my word for it. 3 ounces is the number. It don't matter what you do on a big airplane. We have to beat 3 ounces. Okay, let's change camera angle. Come on. Boy, I can't see nothing anymore. Okay, there we go. All right. So we got this rigmarole. I even went ahead and readjusted the location of the wire, but it don't matter. So this here five. That's 1.3 ounces for that. Okay, so now I have to beat 1.3 ounces. I think I can do that. I think I can make these 2 ounces. Instead of 3, 2 ounces. And how I'm going to do that is just a change in design of this wheel door. And it's going to be a whole lot easier. We'll get them on tonight without a problem. So, let's see, how much do we want to cut off here? Let's do it this way. $1.3, no good. Remember, everything I do is the TLAR method. You can measure and all that business if you like. But there's no need. Okay, we're going to go from that big rigmarole to that. So it's wheel doors to spats. So there's that one. Let's cut them up. Cut them up. See what we got. 1.3. As you can tell, I don't monkey around. If I can get it to 2 ounces. See, I have to, this is a big airplane with a big block motor. For me to make my sub 60, I have to skimp everywhere I can. Even this, I'm going to go ahead and cut a new piece of basswood, and we're going to cut that in half. So instead of 1/4 inch wide, we're going to make it 1/8 inch wide. So that cuts that piece in half. If you've been following my building series, you know that I make cap strips 3/16 instead of 1/4, trailing edges 3/4 instead of 1 inch, spars 3/16 instead of 1/4. So what that does is it leaves off the parts. And that's what you have to do. You have to consciously make a decision. Do I want a heavy lumber wagon or do I want a light airplane? Trust me, these doors don't look as good as wheel pants or these wheel spats. They don't look as good, but they'll be acceptable. You're not going to get downgraded for them. and they're going to save an ounce. And they're going to be a whole lot faster. So let's take this off here. I like speed. You know, why would I want to waste all my time making things? I'm going to make them right on this. People say, well, you can't do it like that. I've done it 1,000 times. You know what? I think I'm going to cut another one of those as a pattern before I glue it all together. If I had all the patterns done. Of course, somebody's got a call during the show. It's nonsense. Okay. Let's see. See if we got it long enough. Nope. I just won $1 million. That's what. Some BS. Let's see here. Come on. Here we go. We got it right here. I wonder if I can get 2 out of that. Nope. Anybody see where I just laid that other one? Got to be right here. That ain't it. There it is. Okay. We'll try to get 2 out of this one. That way I don't have to waste any material. This stuff is so expensive. Believe it or not, I have paid as much as $50 a sheet for 64 ply. I guess there's only one place that they make it. And like with everything, up and up and up. I'm thinking about buying some more dope before the price skyrockets so high I can't afford it due to shipping costs. Okay. I will have these done before the program is over. Don't want to lose those. And the TLAR, so they're about right. Let's see here. Remember, you got to make a right and a left. Let's make sure. Good evening, guys. Make sure that this is headed in the right direction. And of course, it's not. This one goes on the other side. Not a problem, though. Now you notice I turned it over because the angle is different at the top. Let's see here. I guess it wouldn't matter because I could have just flipped it. Let's see, it goes on this way. Yep, okay. So I just take it and glue it. Make sure that it's at a 90 degree to the wire so the crack is right. .3 is what it was. So now we've cut this size in half. So we should be able to get this down to 1 ounce a piece. That would make me just a happy camper. You know, the guys that are more weight conscious than I am are the free flat guys. And they would be after every gram. Now, some people say that these would twist on there. They won't. Not after I fill this thing up with slow set CA. Can't twist because of the axle. Yeah, We're 20 minutes in, and I'll have this one down here in 5 minutes. So now we need some balsa filler. Let's cut a quarter-inch strip or 3/8 strip to be safe. And that's 3/8 just by eye. This is hard balsa. It's not contest wood. It's just rock wood, actually, RC wood. I'll lay this puppy on there like so. Now, if you want to finish these real easy, you can CA finish them. Seal the plywood with medium CA and then sand them. I don't bother with that. I just dope them. I don't fiberglass them. I don't do any of that stuff. Sounds like it's time for me to move my car. Okay. The proof is in the weight. I don't care what they look like. I want it to be light. Pulled a little bit of wood out of the hole there. That's all right. We need to make a filler anyway. This hardwood, it don't like to cooperate. That's all right. Sandpaper. That's what God made sandpaper for. Now I need an 8 by 8 square piece to plug the end. You could plug it afterwards, but we'll plug it now. I don't know. Yeah, you're going to see it here in a minute. Okay. So that's what it looks like. Then we're going to take some medium CA. If I can get it open. Better get this ready to go in the right direction. Yep, this is up 1.3. Fill that wire groove. Hold that there for a second. I normally airfoil these, so they look much classier than just a 2-minute wheel skirt. We'll block sand them square. The end gets cut off. It gets sanded round. You can take as much time as you want on this stuff. I'm just after the weight. How much does it weigh? So we had 1.3 before. Let's see what we got now. We got half the material. It's got to be 1 ounce. And I'll show you what it looks like on the airplane. They don't look bad. Of course, I'll lose a little bit more when I taper it. Moment of truth. Yep, 1.05. So we saved half ounce. And it'll go down a little bit more than that when I taper that. So what I'm getting at here, half ounce here, half ounce there, it don't sound like much. But if you do it everywhere, your airplane's going to end up several ounces lighter. It has to. Let's see what it looks like on there. And that'll be fine. So in 1/2 hour, I saved 1 ounce. If we could drill out the sleeve. anything on the plane, we did. Let's see here. Hi, Sparky. Evening, Sparky. Hi, Sparky. If we could drill anything on the plane, we did. Yep. I learned this trick. You know, I'm not going to wait till I'm painting to do this time. I went ahead and did this now because I know when it comes down to paint that I'm going to be close. You know, it was at 40, 47 or 48 ounces with the canopy on it and the pilot. Now, and you start adding the paint, and if I add 3 or 4 ounces of, you know, other doodads on there, you know, I still have to do my fillets in here. Of course, we got to sand this stuff out yet. I'll probably do that tomorrow night. We'll work on the sanding. I just wanted to get these wheel doors done while it was fresh in my mind. And here again, this shows you when you're designing your own airplane and you're not set to somebody else's constraint, you can change your mind and do whatever you want. That's why I like scratch building. So now those parts are cut. We're going to finish this up. Pretty quick. So it was 105. This other side might be a little lighter. It might be a little heavier. It was 130, 230. That's a half ounce. Cannot complain about that. Okay. So we got to make sure we get these on right. I think it's right, but I got to look. Yeah, it's right. Okay. So this one was glued to the other side, so we just glued it back where it was on the other airplane. See, I wanted to cut this in half. Was building metal boxes today. Oh man, what a pain. That looks like an accident waiting to happen. There's nothing real fancy about doing it, you know, just glue it on there. You do have to have the basswood in them though. They're one grass landing, and if they were just balsa, they'd rip off. But I've done hundreds of airplanes like this with no special stays or what, you know, whatever. They don't turn, they don't do anything. because the wire is coming through the plywood. Let's see. Uh-huh. Thank you, David. Yeah, wire. Yeah, I wire sometimes, sometimes. Today was not a wiring day. Today was a welding day. Had to make underbody toolboxes, a couple of backpacks. I'll get started on them tomorrow. Doesn't get much easier than this. I know Danny's watching. He better be sanding. You ain't sanding, you ain't getting nothing done. Let's see, that piece of 1/4 or 8 square that I cut has a little walkout on it, so I'll just trim that. Yeah, darn. Okay, you want to be like that? No problem. Just fill you up. Need a piece of 1/8" fill for the end. This piece here is kind of important too, because otherwise the wire could turn because it's opened and ended. I'm just whittling down an 1/8" piece to stick in here. I guess you could put it that way. There we go. We'll back sand that. Make it easy on myself. Here's another thing about cutting balsa wood. Always cut into the grain. Don't cut away from the grain. Otherwise, it'll split when you get to the end. That's a pretty handy tip. Yeah, and as I've said, try to saw cross grain if you can. Get yourself some Zona sauce or some Exactos. There we go. So this thing has a couple voids. So how you fix those? You just fill it up with CA, hit it with some 80 grit. It'll take the dust and load it into the crack. Do that a couple times. Voila, instant filler. Okay. So that one was 1.05, and this one here, I hope, is less than that. But even if it is 1.05, that's 2.10 ounces for a weight savings of almost an ounce, 9/10. And we can't complain about that. With minimal work. And trust me, they will look just fine. I went ahead and did the Ted Fancher cowl treatment, but I don't want to do the Tom Warden wheel pant treatment at a loss of 2 ounces. He had some banana pants, man. They look cool. If you look at this airplane here, those wheel pants right there, how far they're sticking forward, them things were like a banana. So we'll leave that off. I can't play into that weight. .05. Let's put this together and see what it weighs. Slap it on the airplane. We're done in less than an hour. We're in there like Glenn, buddy. You guys get these Dubro wheels? I always bush them with an eyelet. That way they roll endlessly. Guess I got to put some CA on that. And another nice thing about doing these is I don't have to worry about how they look sitting on the ground because they're just straight legs. They're spats. No, I don't sell pocket hinges. They're too much work. And yeah, see it? How good they roll? These are light. These Dubros are the lightest wheels going. They're even lighter than them nice aluminum ones I like. Let's see what we got going here. Got that one on there, right? This from here, take a tweak. we go. Yeah. Oh, I needed to weigh this. That's right. 1.05 on the other one, and this one here is a little heavier, 1.10. I gotta adjust this. Hang on a second. Yeah. And back that way. Back up. Back. I gotta put it in my vise. I'll be right with you guys. That looks about right. We'll give her a whirl and see what it looks like. Still not enough. Now, one thing I do hate about these type landing gears, getting them the alignment right. Back that way. There we go. Okay. Almost. There we go. Nope. Okay, is he gonna be there or not? Yep, that's it right there. Except I think that one's still toe out. Shoot. Oh well, I'll monkey with that at a later time. It's the gear is toe out. So I'm gonna have to put it in the vise and tweak on it. But toe out is better than toe in, that way it won't scrub. Now what I do is I sight down them and make sure they're lined up, which they will be, because I did them exactly the same and the gear were lined up. I gotta stand back to do that. Perfectly in line. They disappear when you look sight down them, so that's a good thing. Oh, I can't even feel them. Time to adjust your cost time. Saying if you build in the field, you will come to play. Yeah. I'll tell you what, Arturo, if you go to Stunt Hanger and look in the vendor's corner, there's a guy in there that does CNC. He has the pattern for those hinges. Just go ahead and buy it. They're $30 for a sheet or whatever. You get a whole pile of them. And he has my permission to sell those hinges. So if you want those hinges, you can get them from him. But I don't think those landing gear look bad. That doesn't look bad at all. Kind of bad lighting, but not for the time that it took. That one's straight. Might have to add a little bit of CA to them, tweak them or something. I don't know. Anyway, that was the hour build today. Tomorrow it'll be sanding. I'll sand out those bottom fillets, and let's see, tomorrow is Thursday. I'm going to be traveling this weekend, so we're not going to have a Saturday at John's. I'll sand out these fillets. You know, all these won't take long. I get them sanded in 1 hour. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 places tomorrow. You know, they just take a few minutes to knock off with 180 and level out with 320. And that'll be done. And come there's probably going to be, hey, all the best, Arturo. There's going to be a special hanger rash on Tuesday because I'm not working on Tuesday. I need a day off. I'll be driving back and forth, so I might see if I can go over to John's on Tuesday. We might do a hanger or a Tuesday at John's. But I'm going to sand an airfoil into these here, so we'll lose a little bit more weight. These will be 2 ounces when I'm done instead of 3, so that saves an ounce, and that's a big deal. That's a huge deal. Let's see what the airplane weighs right now, because I've been adding superfill and stuff to this thing. At least I'll get an idea where I'm at. We were at 48 this weekend. Where is my foam? Oh, there it is. Be nice if I put it on there 45 ounces, but don't hold your breath. $48.55. Let's see if we can get you in there to prove that I'm not lying. $48. Oh, now it says $48.60. Oh, whatever. So I gained a little bit with the wheel pants, but that's to be expected. So 48, 49, 50. Let me add this little pilot here. Where did he go? Oh, there he is. We'll put the pilot in there. It's 48.95. And the canopy is going to add a little bit. 48.95. That's 49.80. And let's try my get a propeller on it that I think that I'm going to try to run. 50.85. We'll add 2 ounces mystery ounce. It's let's say 51. Let's say it's at 53 right now, plus a 6 ounce finish is 59. It's doable. It is doable. But it wouldn't be doable if I didn't watch every gram. You just can't slather on a bunch of putty and expect it to come out under 80 ounces. You know, we could slather the dope on it like Wendy does, or I think he uses car paint, but whatever. The tank's in it, the engine's in it. I got to add a 1/2 ounce for tip weight, so that was 51. 51.5, because I run about a 1/2 ounce of tip weight. 51.5, we'll say 52 and 6. It's 58. It's possible to be under 60 ounces with this airplane. Because I've left parts off of this airplane. There's no prop extension. There's no pipe. There's no header. I just don't feel that the pipe gives you that much advantage to carry around those extra 3 ounces. I like the rear exhaust engine because you don't have a muffler dangling out the side of your airplane. And the fuel runs down the belly of the fuselage in just one paper towel, and you wipe off the tail, and that's it. So that's a good thing about a rear exhaust motor. As far as power goes, that's a PA 75. Why would I need a power increase on a PA 75? I mean, if it was even a 65, I mean, those engines just put out an amazing amount of horsepower. I can't see why I would need a pipe. You know, and as far as windup goes, well, if you pitch your propeller correctly, the motor can wind up all day long. It doesn't matter. So let me explain to you about pitch. Okay, this prop right here is a PA 75 prop. It's 15.45, and this one here is probably 15.4. This was on my Thunderbolt. This prop here is the brake. So if you turn the engine up or you adjust the pitch to where the engine's running 10,000, I'm just using that as a number. It might be 10.5, might be 11. If it's 11, you're going to run a 3.5 inch pitch prop or a 3.75 or something like that. But the motor is screaming. It's running in low gear. And when you come down the hill, you know, when the airplane winds up, the RPMs are picking up. Well, if you got the engine turned wide open, you know, or where it's running in its power band, you have that much disc on the front to slow you down coming downhill because it's not going to turn any faster. So it's like works like a brake going downhill. Now the pipe controls the RPM of the engine. But as I say, you got a PA75, that's a big block motor. I don't foresee that it needs that pipe to control the engine speed. You know, it's a 90 piston with a 60 stroke. It's a huge bore. It's way over square. So you get a disc on it between 14 and 15 inch. It should act perfectly fine for a brake. I'm gonna drop this prop over Dan's this weekend. We're gonna try to get these made up. Now this is the THP 14.6 rev up. These props are magic, but I just don't know about for 75. I need it to be 14 and a half. And then the pitch, this is a 6, so we're going to have to be able to pitch it. So I want to be able to dunk it in hot water and tweak it and pitch it with my pitch gauge so that I can experiment with it. You need a couple of props for that. So we're gonna give this a whirl and turn these wood props into carbon and see if they won't work. And I think they will. I mean, whoever has this tooling needs to get off of it so we can start making these props again. And if you look at the Bali 15.45, the 15.45, the blade profile is similar. Not quite, but it's similar. So somebody was paying attention to rev up. Well, Greg, I don't know. You're going to have to ask Dan about 13.6s. I got a 13.6 carbon rev up, but it doesn't have the magic down there. And 13.6s are just so hard to come by. We'll see what Dan can do. Well, I appreciate you spending your hour with me. I'm about 3 minutes over. A little late getting started. I watched a Netflix movie about a guy who took a dozer to the town in Colorado and mowed down the town and then killed himself. It's a true story. Did it in 2004. Anyway, like, subscribe, share. We'll be back tomorrow night. We'll do something. Probably sand. And you can see what I'm doing. And I don't do anything except sand. I mean, that's all I do is sand and work. What the heck happened to the mouse? There it is. All right, guys. We'll see you later. I appreciate it. And keep building. See ya.